Did you know the Korean War technically never ended? And it all started because two superpowers couldn't agree on who should run a country smaller than Texas. Here's how it went down. After World War II, Japan surrendered and the Korean Peninsula, which Japan had occupied since 1910, was finally free. But that freedom came with a catch. The Allies split Korea in half at the 38th parallel. The Soviets took the north and the United States took the south. It was supposed to be temporary. Spoiler alert, it wasn't. By 1948, there were two completely different countries. Up north, Kim Il-sung, backed by the Soviets, building a communist regime. Down south, Syngman Rhee, supported by the US, building a democracy that wasn't exactly free either. Both claimed to be the real Korea, and neither planned on staying split. Tensions built fast. Border skirmishes, assassinations, propaganda, you name it. Then on June 25, 1950, North Korea decided to settle things with tanks. Thousands of troops stormed across the border, rolling south in a surprise invasion. Within days, they captured Seoul, and the South Korean army was in full retreat. The US and its allies panicked. This was the early Cold War. China had just fallen to communism. The Soviets had tested their first nuke, and America feared a communist domino effect across Asia. President Harry Truman said, "Not again," and ordered US forces to intervene fast. Technically, he called it a police action under the United Nations flag, but make no mistake, it was war. American troops rushed in from Japan were undertrained and under-equipped. They fought desperate delaying battles, like Osan, Taejon, and the Notch, trying to hold back the North Korean advance. By August, the US and South Korea were cornered in a small area around Pusan, at the very bottom of the peninsula. It looked hopeless. Then came the comeback. In September 1950, General Douglas MacArthur pulled off one of the boldest moves in military history, the Incheon landing. He landed UN forces behind enemy lines, cutting off North Korean supply routes and forcing them to retreat in chaos. By October, the Allies had pushed the North Koreans all the way back to the Chinese border. Victory seemed close, until China decided to join the party. Hundreds of thousands of Chinese soldiers poured across the border, pushing the Allies back south in brutal winter fighting. Seoul changed hands 4 times in the war. It was chaos on repeat. Finally, after 3 years of back-and-forth battles, the fighting stopped in July 1953 with an armistice, not a peace treaty. The border went right back where it started, the 38th parallel. And technically, the war never officially ended. So why did it matter? Because Korea set the tone for the entire Cold War. It showed the world that the United States would fight, literally, to contain communism, even in faraway places. And it created the tense standoff that still defines the Korean Peninsula today. Now you know. If you like this content, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Smart history for dumb times.